in. Now these two players. Ooh, this is a like basement venue right here.
Oh, this is giving memories. Look at that. Muted floor and muted walls. This is perfect. This is like the optimal, like major or whatever you need to be hosting right on here. This is like the Smash Bros experience as we got Wheezer and as well as Houdini. Straw Hat Gang. You get that One Piece representation right out here. Don't mind it, and I love it. And Wheezer, the number 5 seed with that Kazuya, a threat, you know, to this bracket. All Kazuya players in the bracket. It doesn't matter what they're seeded. They're inevitably going to make some magic happen. Or scam, depending on how you want to see it.
That being said, Wheezer is definitely one of the ones in the talks right now. Of course, the number 2 spot in New York, one of the most contested states and regions, not only inside of the US, but inside of the world. Right now, getting that button check started. But point being, Wheezer has had to fight off against a lot of top players, whether that's the likes of the Buzz, Zomba. You know, coming in here, there is actually a surprising amount of top Yoshi representation inside of that tri-state area. Pharaoh being the one for me that comes to mind. And of course, Houdini is no slouch. So the ability to have that air momentum that you talked about earlier, Wolfie, to just bob and weave and hopefully avoid the electric wind God Fist could be the key to the matchup for Houdini.
I couldn't say it better. I perfectly agree with that game plan. The problem is, and I think as we as casters and all players should know, everything's on paper until you get punched in the face or electric in the face in this matchup. It's just going to be really up to both those players. I saw Wheezer also preparing those crouch dashes, which just kind of breaks the tempo where you can expect Kazuya to not have the best speed. All of a sudden, you can just get directly in your face with those influence frames. But we got this matchup going, Wheezer versus Houdini. Let's see if this upset can make the magic happen right here on PS2, Yin.
Yes, sir. Ready, set, go already. Taking a nice slow pace, playing nice and grounded. Houdini opting for these down tilts. I like it. You keep low to the ground. That's the one part of Kazuya that's open, is those legs.
Oh yeah, and the fair just demands so much respect. And as well as, yeah, the landing there. It's just going to be able to get all those combos. Cuts it off short with a nice 95. I'm sorry, you didn't die to the 0 to death, but you're still at 95%. So you're still in that optimal percent range to get electric into the up smash. But Houdini now has kind of a little bit of a window saying, like, yeah, I might be able to die to that one, but I got plenty of rage to work with. But this is the problem. You make one small mistake by trying to dash in, and we just got the first stock just like that.
You mentioned rage. There is one set of rage that I see here. It is that rage drive for Kazuya, all right? This is the demon fist coming up in here. Yoshi, though, trying to give him the noggin, the schnoz. Oh! Dude, double jump armor coming in clutch right there for Houdini.
That was a bootleg Mario combo. Up there, up B from Kazuya. And the jab as well as that command grab. Lands the first laser, but 119. This is the problem that Houdini's got to figure out. All of a sudden, you're at 119% and one interaction away from dying. Wheezer just knows it, playing respectfully, just understands, like, hey, I just need to get this one electric to get this interaction going. And a surprise up B, just good enough DI to survive. But Yen, this is bad. Finally gets a stop, but 141% on Yoshi.
Yeah, needed it really quick. The scary part is Houdini has been trying to play slow with some of those down tilts and back airs. Look at this. Dash back, try to bait out an option from Wheezer. But when you are up this high in percent, could be a problem. So far, though, Yoshi has some damage output, the 46%. Getting the egg. No down tilt to follow up, though.
Ooh. And a oh, no. Oh, no. Auto turnaround. And as well as that should have been like a guaranteed punish after the blocking out that get up, and great little up smash as an anti-air. But landing aerials, Kazuya is deceptively good and just trying to survive. 134 rage drive, as you mentioned earlier, is ready to go, and that's going to deal so much damage, but it's gone. So Houdini has done a fantastic job bringing this game back.
Yeah, wonderfully done. A big part of that was just the damage output. Something that we didn't really talk about earlier is Kazuya's inability to land. It's really just that down air. So far, though, take that aside for a second as we see Wheezer popping in there. Houdini with the back airs now, getting some damage working.
And this is so much. Even it out. and being able to continue on air dodge burn, but the down B armor, you always have to remember of that lingering threat. Being able to utilize that, and now the rage drive is out on the last stock. This is the worst case scenario that Houdini's gonna have to deal with, but Wheezer, just understand you're just one interaction from being able to take this set, and as well as being able to armor right through move. The first one is utilized, but you still got so much to go, and Houdini is just going to go ahead and start circle camping. You might as well. You do not want to take a chance on this Kazuya Rage Drive hitting you.
Yeah, no, that is a bomb, a nuke waiting in the back rooms. 121 to 122. You know this is death percent now. The eggs come through, doing a lot of pressure, gets rid of the Rage Drive, but even then you're at 138. Down B should still kill.
That's crucial as well. The fair and the nair trying to keep it in check. Back there, good enough.
Okay.
Houdini bringing this game back, #1. What a way to start this set off. What seemed like a clean check at the beginning when Wheezer basically just able to stock so early, was just able to turn it around. And I think it was stock #2 that really brought this game back, even after this failed little interaction. Being able to bring it back from 0 to 65 damages on the Yoshi's end is so crucial, as you talked about, Yin.
Dude, that reverse nair is just a weird little call out there, make him feel uncomfortable with the position, and then of course that back air. Such a strong, powerful move. But when it comes to how Houdini brought it back, it was that juggle game. I kind of got cut off by the fact that we just saw an explosive bit of play while I was trying to break this down. But when it comes to Yoshi, it is a phenomenal juggle game with the tail, whether it's F tilt, up air. All three of those moves do a wonderful job. Then on top of that, Kazuya has a really hard time landing outside of armor and down air. And so if you can mitigate that and play around it, all of a sudden you could dish out tons and tons of damage. And that's just what Houdini did to make it work. And looks like a little bit of a mic problem here.
Yeah.
Did you mute your mic?
Yeah, I did a little bit of a cough. That's what I was doing. I just wanted to kind of talk about it as we're seeing a little bit of this electric action. Thankfully, not enough. That's too high of a percent to avoid with the little perps tech interactions. In that last interaction, and thank you so much for the production for showing off that replay, it was actually a missed electric, but that one's not missed. The side special into the Dragon Punch, easily able to take Yoshi out.
Now 81 to 12%. This is nice, nice kill percent for both characters right here.
Oh no.
Oh, no big follow-up off of the stun. Could have been a huge moment for him there, Wolf.
Could have been more, but Weezer's pressing a lot of buttons. Not going to get punished for it, however. And the side B usage, so much success in the first few times. Why not just throw it out once again? Great down tilt and the down smash. Covering out all those options, but not enough to kill, and that's a problem.
Yeah, especially as we're going to see the kill come there from Wheezer at this point. 3 stocks to 1. Difficult thing to climb, but we saw Houdini do it in the first game. That being said, this first stock is where it's at as you drift way too far out, allowing for the advantage to go instead. The double jump armor coming through and protecting them from the electric.
Thank goodness, too. That could have been so much damage at 169. Max Rage already. This Kazuya is just ready to just get as much damage as you can, even with Rage. 69%, that's the magical number. And already so much to deal with. And that was the problem I was talking about earlier again. Remember, I'm just like, hey, the anti-air potential that Kazuya has is a huge threat. You can't be Yoshi just trying to fair down air or nair into the dangerous hit zone that Kazuya has, because that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, Yoshi, a lot of characters in Ultimate in general are much floatier than in previous iterations, but Yoshi is one of those big ones. When it comes to Yoshi's game plan, it's that air drift, that air acceleration, the nair, the back air. You want to give him the Tims, you want to give him the tail, but it's so hard to do when he covers your position with that electric wind God Fist.
Cool. That's just... Because, like, in this game of Smash Ultimate, people love jumping in, which is, like, you know, like a cardinal sin in the FGC community. But when in Ultimate, you just get so much off of landing an aerial. But the problem is that there are different characters in this game that have such a good way of just intercepting you in the air. Kazuya is a great example. Steve, up tilt, up air, and whatever, all those moves. Bayonetta being able to just intercept you as well. It catches these players off guard. And a matchup check that you just have to be so aware of Game 1 was such a close match, but Game 2 was just a Wheezer sweep.
That's the thing. If we're talking about the best anti-airs in this game, you better be looking at Electric right here. Look at that damage. Double jump armor going to save Houdini for the moment. But even with that save, 50% in one interaction, just a single 3-piece combo, going to run you way too much in this economy.
Oh. And that's so much as well. The side B trying to buffer it out, not using the stick to try to mash out. Instead, relying on those buttons, but the buffered attacks that can get you killed. But the Electric, not enough to catch because it was on the tail end of that jump. Oh, lots of usage of this neutral B, lots of usage of this egg lay, and it's working out as Houdini, thinking that Kazuya is going to go low, was not expecting Wheezer to just kind of just go up on that top. Lots of there. Great tech, though.
In the position in the corner, beautiful shield right there as the whip hit. And forget the chicken, we're serving up some eggs right here. Ooh, looks for the shield break, instead gonna find the stock. Either way, I'm sure Houdini is happy for that moment.
And now you just play back. Why approach? You know, Kazuya just has to go for it, and that's what I was curious about. Is the Yoshi crouching as well as the crawl good enough to get under the Electric? And it looks like it is, at least from behind. I'm curious to see if Yoshi's head is big enough in order for it to still get hit. So stock is going to go ahead and be taken away, but now 60%. All of a sudden, Houdini's still in this lead, can keep this one going, and plenty usages of this command grab. It's working out, and honestly, if I'm Houdini, if I just get this, you know, the egg lay, I just know we can do that. But look at this 0 to death. That's the problem. You slip up once, and all of a sudden, Wheezer makes you pay for it. Great usage of that nair at the end. In order to just avoid the tech situation, why not get a guaranteed combo?
Hey, you know what? Follow it up. Force him with that down air. If you're going to be up in that sky, he is coming for you. He is searching for the kill now. 18% here, looking for those bears, looking for those F tilts. Any way to go ahead and secure a combo here.
Houdini playing grounded. Just trying to go for the forward tilt, but that didn't work out. Great try on the mix-up on the DI and gets away, but eats 60% still. And the 1-2-3 jabs, that's going to do plenty of damage, and as well as the knockback landing air. What a risky option. No, burns the air dodge early, makes it back, but that could have been a missed opportunity. Try to go for a nice little edge guard, the buffered up special instead, knowing that Houdini was going to go ahead and try to contest from the skies, but Wheezer, with that early lead after getting essentially a 0 to death, trying to take this game home and so much percent. But this is the problem. If you can't finish it, Yoshi can do so much, and Houdini knows it, but Wheezer is able to close it out. And a little bit of frustration, I could tell.
Kazuya Mishima.
Yeah, it just started getting harder and harder. I mean, one of the quick adaptations right there from Wheezer at the very end, we saw plenty of down tilt from Houdini. It has been the real pain option, and then all of a sudden, Wheezer recognizing, hey, I've got my own quick little option to jump right over top, get the foot in, get the hit. And so all of a sudden, Houdini was getting scared of doing those down tilts right there, that kick. Now, Houdini goes to playing much more aerial at these times. Right there, gets aggressive for the egg lay, and we die for it.
That was just rough. Like, the 0 to death interaction, Wheezer was just able to just air-to-air nair to get that combo started, and Houdini was just trying to contest using, you know, Yoshi's strengths. But as we mentioned many, many times before, oh my goodness, that was a crazy setup. But thank goodness for double jump armor, able to just kind of get away, and a huge combo potential for Houdini. Cuts it off early, knowing that's not guaranteed. Was expecting the down near the first time, but wasn't expecting the second. And a missed grab like that leads to an electric Houdini. The frustration is showing, and I cannot blame you.
Yeah, that is a problem, as you might be dropping another stock here. No spike off of the nair, but 82% for your troubles. You run on in, you get caught up once again. Wolfie, this is becoming a big issue. We might be looking at a blowout, just like game number 2.
A spin, a kick, and up B. That's gonna be good enough, and Houdini. The only magic trick I'm seeing is these Yoshi stocks disappearing, and Wheezer intent on perhaps getting a 3 stock to take game number 4. Still plenty of damage. We're gonna need to see a miracle. But starting off with that one, thank goodness that Nair did not spike. That could have been disastrous. And trying to get a finisher, Houdini wants to finish at least this stock number 1, but this is so ruffian.
You might be asking for a miracle, but I don't see no angels. I only see the devil on the screen. Dinosaur looking to go extinct if they take one more hit. 169 here, finds the stock. Thank God, Houdini needed it in that moment. Now, you gotta find so much more damage though, and Yoshi doesn't have that same explosiveness as Kazuya.
Honestly, if you're Wheezer, you could just kind of go for the down B, the command grab mix-up. There's just so many opportunities where Houdini just has to hold that shield to try to get away. Big combo though, and that's a lot of damage. If you can actually just clean the stock up, you can try to utilize that rage in the last stock to try to make this miracle happen. But all of a sudden, you're dancing with danger. It's so close. Rage drag down setup, but not enough rage to close it out there, and good enough DI. That's a Nair. Maybe it could have been a smash attack. Great spike trade. Hold on.
Wolfie, this is the opportunity Houdini needs.
Oh, no.
And all of that ripped away with one bad jump in. Wheezer taking it 3-1 and sending Houdini to the loser side.
I remember talking with my good friend in the Rivals 2 with Coach Zeke, and Coach Zeke was just like, you know, a lot of bad habits. They're semblance of like with the player base, and talking with Ultimate players or watching them play, he's just like the number one weakness they usually have is just jumping out of the corner because it's so scary being in that position. And what seemed like that could have been a nice little comeback after that, that's so disappointing. I remember this. I know this is the previous game, but that Nair air-to-air trade, that's so tilting.
It's just a big problem at that point, especially when that is just the general game plan of Yoshi, you know? And Yoshi doesn't have a severe amount of options to really get a safer approach in, you know?
See, expecting the downer the first time, and a missed one, that leads to an easy electric. And then the second stock got messy, just being able to crouch dash your way into a nice position. And already, yeah, the corner is expecting a jump or a fair swing. And thankfully, Houdini showed signs of life, did not give up, was able to tag this first stock, just barely being able to catch it and the miss tech. And then the second stock was just a miracle being able to get that trade.
Yeah, look at that attempt to the Nair to go ahead and put him off. This trade was such perfect timing from Houdini. Then at that point, you have to find an opening, and you want it to be like a back air drag down or just a raw back air there. Anything to just get some stage control so you could try to get him up in the air where it's going to be a hard time for Kazuya to get down.